Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are live for Financial Fitness Friday. Now, a lot of things are making headlines right now. All the deportations, the fact that they're declassifying the JFK, MLK files, which is awesome, right? I think we deserve to know. I love that. All right. But something snuck in that absolutely no one's talking about. And I actually think it's the biggest and best thing that he's done. And it's not, and he's making a lot of great changes. All right. But this is one that will effectively, this will have more impact on us than any other one because of what it avoided. Right. And the one I'm talking about is he actually banned central bank digital currencies. All right. And the reason that this is important is because the plan all along was for them to mix and have the ultimate form of control with central bank digital currencies and a like a social credit system, right? It's the same type of system that they use in China. And we were getting pushed and slowly walked into that at a very fast pace, and no one really understood it. No one knew why, right? And one of the first things he did was ban central bank digital currencies. Now, a lot of people are thinking, well, isn't he very, very pro cryptocurrency? And he is. You're starting to see it. He's talking about building a national reserve. And I think that is an amazing idea, all right? Because what this leads to is one, he prevented any type of way that the government could control us. Okay. And I'm not like a Trumper, right? I am middle to leaning right. I like Trump. I am going to be critical of like some of the things he does, right? But I will say that this is probably one of the best things he's done is ban central bank digital currencies, because without that, they really can't control, they don't have full control over the money system. All right. The other thing that he's doing is building a crypto national reserve. Now, why would you do that? Why would you want to make America pro crypto? And the answer is this. One, it's going to give us an advantage. And two, it's going to shore up our money system. Okay. If assets are now backed by something and it's not just paper, and there's a long way to go. I want you guys to understand there's a very long way to go from today to where they're trying to go. Okay. And there's a lot of hurdles they're going to have to clear. However, if they are able to do this, it will absolutely help shore up our money. It will make us way more competitive on the world stage. And it may absolutely be what we need to take care of the national debt. Okay. Because someone who knows this market and that industry very, very well, there's a lot of potential there to really help us and get us back to where we need to be as a country, right? Back on the world stage. Dave, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, dude, like I wasn't aware of it, but like at least, because there's a lot of noise with everything else. And sometimes that's by design, and I think like what you said too, it's, you're not a Trumper per se, right? I'm sure other people might think otherwise, right? But hey, everybody's going to think you're something else when you don't see eye to eye with them. But I think the big thing is there's a lot of noise going on, and people should be critical of certain things going on. I mean, I'm looking like right now across the board. I mean, Bitcoin's 105, Tron's up another 3.8%, Ethereum's almost 3,300, XRP's $3.18. So all the major players are going up. A couple questions or things like the kind of raise. I mean, what does that do for the rest of the world currency, right? Like just in general, where does that play with the BRICS? And these are like questions that I throw out there.
Of course, right? Those are great questions. What it does is it kind of allows us to compete with BRICS.
Yeah.
Right. Where I was telling you guys, hey, this BRICS thing, it's a really big issue. It's a very big issue.
Do you see it kind of crumbling a little bit?
I don't see it crumbling, right? I think they're going to still do BRICS because we've bullied every nation with our currency, right, from an economic level. So they're still going to do that, right? It just
competition's good though.
It gives us a better leg up because the reality is they'll probably wind up backing our money with more than just our military. Okay. And that'll put us on even footing with BRICS. Now, there's still a lot that has to go. We have to fix the economy. We have to be energy independent. That means a lot of drilling. If we do those things and we have our own resources, it levels the playing field, right? And then if he brings more manufacturing back and we get the economy in the right direction, yes, a rising tide is going to raise all ships, right? That's the way I'm looking at this. But I think the next thing is they gotta end all the shit going on overseas, right? You need ceasefires. You need to de-escalate everything and bring the temperature down a little bit, because it's not to anyone's benefit. And I'll tell you, and I know this isn't really about finance, but I have read, or I'm in the middle of reading, what would happen during a nuclear war by Ann something. And if you guys haven't read that book, you should read that book, because if you don't actually understand what would happen, it's basically game over for everybody. All right. Based on how the systems are built and what they're designed to do, it would legitimately be half the world is gone in a matter of like an hour. Okay. And that's why I'm saying, hey, de-escalate. This isn't benefiting anybody. You know what I mean? And for us, now that we have a much better environment to work in and operate in and raise families in, right? What's our responsibility? What should we be doing? Well, we should be fucking focusing. Okay. And this ties into this, right? Now that some of these things are kind of falling into place, we're going to have a great opportunity here, right? It's build for the next 4 years. Take care of your community, take care of your neighbors, take care of your friends, okay? And everyone collectively push and actually build something that matters, right? Because now we have a much easier playing field to do that. And on top of that, we can't forget what has gone on, right? These changes need to get made, and they need to be made permanent, right? The woke bullshit, the woke ideology, that's got to be stomped out and be absolutely fucking obliterated. All right. Everything else after that, I mean, you're still going to have right, left. You're still going to have, again, they call it right, left, right wing, left wing. It's the same fucking bird. The more I see this shit, I'm serious. The more I see it, the more I realize it. This isn't really supposed to be political, but it's the truth. Right. I'm picking up things that actually impact us. Right. Like I get the JFK and MLK files. Everyone wants to see that, right? See how messed up our government is. But the majority of us kind of already figured out or know what happened, right? That's not impacting our lives. Mm-hmm. All right. If they actually were able to make a central bank digital currency, we would have zero freedom. They would have all control. All right. These are things that actually make a difference. These are things that actually impact us, shoring up the currency and stopping inflation and making the dollar strong. That makes a big difference here, right? Why does that make a big difference? Because most of the businesses that need inventory or raw materials, okay, when you have a stronger dollar, guess what? You're getting them cheaper. All right. When we have inflation, you're getting them a lot more expensive. All right. And that cuts into the cost of your margins. So basically, all of these things he's trying to put together or trying to do is going to allow us to compete on a higher level, not just as a country, okay, not just as businesses, but all of us. All right. And that's what matters. Don't spoil this opportunity.
No. And I think when the world's at peace, like everybody kind of prospers. Everybody prospers in some manner. There's already talks, it's not verified yet that they are going to have a sit down soon with Zelensky and Putin and just settle this shit out and move forward. Right. And when you see some of the things that at least I've been reading, some of these other countries are coming forward and want to create relationships, like allegedly Crown Prince Mohammed, they want to dump in 600 million to the US.
I'm
sorry, 600 billion. My apologies.
Billion with a billion.
Yeah, that million's like $1 to him. So
yeah, that's Yeah, that's pocket change, dude.
Right. But my apologies. But still, like to invest money into the US, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Big deal. How many billions did we send to Ukraine? You know what I mean? So now to have people coming back to see what's going on, right? To see what this potential is now, you know, it's an exciting time, but don't get caught in that trap. What's one thing you and I talk about all the time? Speed, right? Because of one thing we've learned over the last 4 years previously, this could be maybe the last 4 years. And are you going to get 4 years? You might only get 2. So don't sit on your ass and putz around.
Absolutely not. Yeah, that's I love
One
it.
question I want to bring up, like with this whole like crypto kind of ordeal, have you seen anything? Like who's going to oversee that?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so the Fed obviously controls, you know, the dollar, right? They back the money system. Is there an oversight that's going to look over crypto?
They have a committee. I don't know how it's all structured, but the person that they put in charge is very, very pro crypto. Like it's the opposite of having and also like they're gonna, if they haven't already, they're gonna get rid of Gary Gensler, right? And he's been a detriment. Pocahontas has been another one that has gone against this the entirety of the time. Okay, they're getting rid of those people. They're going, they're going to be very pro crypto, and I think it's a way for them to approach the national deficit, right? To take care of some of the national debt and to shore up our money. Because what will happen is if we keep going at this rate, what people don't understand is there's like when you get so in debt, okay, there comes a point where you cannot unbury yourself. And we are dangerously close, if not there already. And what I mean by that is when we are selling treasuries, okay, to fund the government, because that's basically what we do. All right. There needs to be demand for them. Okay. And that's kind of that supply and demand controls the rates. All right. What will wind up happening, and this may be a little too high level, but I'm going to do it. Right. So you're asking who would control the crypto. It's not going to be controlled. One, it's a free market. Okay. Yeah. But they will have a committee and they're going to get rid of all the naysayers. But back to the debt spiral, when you have so much debt that most of the debt service that you're raising money for is actually just going to pay the interest, okay, and you're not making a dent at principal, you go into a debt spiral that you can't recover from. Mm-hmm. And that means we'd have to basically bankrupt the country, okay, or just keep printing and printing and printing, and the dollar goes to zero. One or the other. Those are the only two options, right? We are at a point where we need to desperately try to kind of reverse this spiral, okay, and take chunks out of the principal. Because if we don't take chunks out of the principal, okay, everything that we raise, the taxes, the tariffs, you name it, okay, as that's going in, guess what? We don't make a dent in the actual principle of that, it's not going to fix the problem.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be like spending $1,000 for a loaf of bread. Yeah, it's just at that point.
Yeah, and that, guys, that's happened before. Like, don't think that hasn't happened. Okay, if you look at the Weimar Republic, it absolutely happened there. Okay, people would take wheelbarrows full of money, okay, fiat money, to pay for a loaf of bread.
The Depression era.
Exactly. All right. So, all right, guys, listen. Please share this with someone that needs to hear it. Appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on Mindset Monday.
Be great, y'all.